My name's Vicki Preston, and we're in the East Sims unit for TREX. Doing FEMO training under John, along with Heather, and that was our job for today on this fire.
What kind of vegetation are you seeing? What's significant to you here?
Here in East Sims, there's kind of like it's a small unit, but there's quite a drastic change in the vegetation characteristics. In the southern end of the unit, there was like predominantly, like what I saw was like manzanita with some young Doug firs, and was really interested in like what it would have looked like before if it was like a really large manzanita grove, and there was still a lot there, and there was like the grass in the pond areas, and I think it's been mined previously. So it was like interesting to see the change between that and then over here where we are now in the northern section of the unit, and we're amongst like some really well spaced like tan oak groves, and with some Doug fir mixed in. So it was like definitely like I really get interested in like the history of a place, like why is it like that, like why, like what did one of them look more like the other at one point, like what's changed, like if this has always been tan oak groves, this must have been gathering areas, or if that's always been manzanita, was that something that they managed for? And like thinking about who would have come up here. And so it's definitely like when you start like a lot of like what kind of vegetation's there definitely is a jumping off point between like the history of a place and like how people moved about it and how it was managed.
What's your job today?
I am firing trainee, and I'm handling the drip torch today, along with McLeod.
How's the weather? How's everything lighting up for you?
It's lining up really great. I have to take a different angles at each pile just to get a good burn to start the piles. And it's a really good day to burn. Actually, I'm enjoying the rain as well, a little bit of heat from the fires.
Is this the first time you've ever done this?
Yes, it is my first burn, and I plan on doing a lot more as years go on.
This spring of 2016, we kind of went through and we had like 3 sawyers on and off, 2 to 3 sawyers, and like at any given time it fluctuated a lot. We had a crew of like, you know, anywhere from 5 to 10 people brushing, and we kind of mostly tan oak understory, but with a lot of other down fallen wood and stuff, and we made these piles, and they've kind of sat and dried out all summer, and now we're lighting them off. So it's good to see from that like stage of like super thick and brushy to now like nice and clear and open, and all these piles are going down to nothing, because even after you get them piled, it's like it still doesn't look very clear because there's piles everywhere, but now it's like we'll be able to walk through and see like, oh yeah, like you can actually walk through here now.
Do you know what will happen after the pile burning?
Well, they do plan on doing a broadcast burn in here at some point. Whether we'll get it done this TREX or not, I don't know, but it would actually be really cool to do so, because there's a lot of like, it's a really good spot to burn, so it's a real vital spot for the community to have burned too, because this is like an important place to fire safe, because a lot of people live just on the other side of this hill going down here.
I'm really interested in becoming a general practitioner and moving back to the river, which is where I'm from. And I think that it's really important to give back to the land, I guess, that raised you. And also I want to know what's, you know, going on around here, because as a healthcare provider, I'm going to be working with firefighters too, you know, so I think this is a really valuable lesson for me too.
So can you see if you're tending to like acorn stands with fire and things, could that maybe relate to your health, like being a healthcare provider as well?
I mean, I think that health health is a lot more than just bodily health and giving medicine. I think that like a big, huge part of health, especially in Indigenous communities, is actually has to do with well-being, and well-being has everything to do with the forest. I think that we as a people are always only going to be as healthy as the land and the forest that raises us. And so I think that this intervention has everything to do with health. Not to mention that I'm sweating my balls off and this is great cardio. But yeah.
Nice. Anything else that you just want to add?
Join TREX. This is so fun. And especially, I don't know, join TREX. Especially girls out there. Like I was a little bit worried in the beginning because I thought that I would be, I don't know, not strong enough or whatever, but you can do this.
My name's Kenji Okazaki. We're in Orleans, and this is the Tashonic village area. The conditions have been getting better as the days have been going on. The first few days, it was a lot of wet and overcast with a little bit of rain. But 6-7 days into TREX, things have started to, the windows is starting to open, and that means that we're getting more drier conditions, or burns are starting to pick up and carry a little bit more. We're getting the sun out here, so it's helping carry the fire.
What's your name and where are we right now?
Oh, Judy Lambert on Dredge Road.
And could you tell me more, what happened in 2013 here?
The fire came over the hill and the wind blew it all over here, and it split and went up the Go Road.
Were you worried about your house that year?
Oh yes. I was packing up the cars, getting ready to leave, and I looked out my kitchen window, which looks out this way, and there was just a solid wall of flames. And I thought, oh, they'll never be able to save the house. But they did.
Right now there's prescribed fire happening here. Do you feel comfortable with what's happening today?
Oh yes. They're good. They do a good job.
Have you seen this before?
Oh yeah. I think this is the third time they've done a prescribed burn along here.
Right now the smoke seems to be lifting pretty good, and it's nice smoke, so.
Do you think tomorrow's going to be a good day for the broadcast?
Yeah, I think tomorrow's going to be a good day, and another good indicator is that it's not holding and socking in here. You can see it's getting good lift and it's carrying out. It's not just holding and causing problems for elders and little kids. It takes a long time. So people got to come around, you got to educate everybody, so that's kind of why I think that if you're a younger kid and you get to come out here and see this, then you're going to kind of have a better understanding of the bigger picture.
Did you have any advice for the kids?
Always be a student of fire.
What's been one of your biggest lessons with it?
Just to be a good listener and not think that you know everything, because I've been fighting fire for 15 seasons, all for the tribe, and one thing I seem to actually know is a lot of this knowledge takes longer than 15 seasons. It could take a whole lifetime to learn about these mountains, and you still might not fully understand them.
We're probably on the northern end of the Tashonic unit, and then Tashonic's back there behind us. Why Tashonic gets burnt? It's a kind of a place that's like really close to town that goes up, it gets a lot of sun, and for that reason it gets really dry. And we saw a few years ago when it took off and like burned part of the town that it's kind of a big fire hazard near the town. So I think that's creating really good defensible space for these residences in the community here. It also, well, we saw a lot of invasives out there. I think it was probably really good for that. If we keep burning it continuously, I think that would keep those down. Like a lot of invasives. And there's a lot of native stuff out there too, like the native grasses and the willow and the manzanita that I would really like to promote and not get choked out by the invasives. And like typically when they're like Tashonic as a village and a ceremonial ground with had more, people moving around and managing it, it's kind of nice to bring that back and see like the changes in the years. So, and a lot of people care about it. A lot of people have connection to Tashonic.
For gathering purposes, burning is really important, actually.
like a lot of people do come out and gather at Tishonic
Right.
for willow and stuff, dig root.
Right.
So it's definitely nice to keep those gathering places open and not have them be crowded out. You can already see like what grows in, and like it creates inaccessible areas and places that people would like to like earn that right to be there again, you know, like to like manage it and like be able to like fish or do whatever they need to do out there. So
I started out below a few of these houses down here, like about I'd say about 50 yards or so, and it was just the three of us with Will and Kenji. We're down there just kind of mapping out the area we're going to start at and kind of just formally do it, and by just following each other up and get a little ahead of each other and do a little cleanup behind and take a little swath like 5 to 10 feet was the start, and then if you're getting really comfortable with it, you take a bigger chunk and then just kind of square it off or circle it off so all the fields get into it, come together, and they just go up in flame and take off a lot more with the wind and stuff. As the day went on, we kind of split up and did different areas, and then we met up down at the down below the ceremonial site by the kitchen area where we eat a lot of the time during ceremonies. And we all took different jobs. I was really happy that they were giving me the opportunity to go up top of Tishonic and burn with them, and that made me feel really great about myself and what we're doing out here. I mean, this is what we're supposed to be doing out here all the time, and I feel like I am so lucky and blessed to actually have this opportunity, and I can't wait to do this every year because this is why we're here, and this is what, I mean, it's what we're put on this earth to do, to keep our land beautiful and healthy, and so we can live a long life.
Burning with Vicky was a really great experience. I think I don't know how to put this, but especially burning by the dance sites just felt right. I don't even know how else to put it, but it felt really like we were doing what was right for the land, and that was a really beautiful and really powerful experience.
I just really want to thank everyone that's involved in giving us the opportunity to actually burn as a first-year trainee on this Klamath River TREX, and also as well as everyone that was holding the unit, because like I said in the meeting, it's really important, and if they weren't there, we won't be able to burn because it'll be too dangerous to the entire community. And I just want to appreciate everyone that's getting involved and actually seeing it as a positive thing to do each year, and it's so awesome.
Mm-hmm. I liked what they said about everyone supporting each other, and I definitely felt like when we were like really like wanting to burn and here, and it felt like everyone really supported us, and we all are letting us burn today. Shaughnic's kind of like close to my heart, and you know where my family are from. Thinking about all the people that you were just like you just knew would be excited to see it burn, and you like doing it for them. You know, you do it for your family that lives across the street and down the street, and you protect them and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of want to connect just on what they were saying, because at the beginning of the morning I was actually on the holding kind of unit, and I was about to go, I was just getting my little briefing with our holding unit itself outside, and actually these two came together and actually supported me to get on the ignition crew, and I was really happy. As soon as Kenji called me up to hop in the truck with them, I was like, yes, you know. But I mean, at the same time, I wasn't bummed that I wasn't being able to do it, but I just felt so much better that I actually had the fire in my hands and to help these guys get this task done, and it was awesome. And another thing was, it's so awesome to actually see like everyone come together to do this. Like, I haven't really hung out with these two ever, but doing something so great brings us so much closer on a great connection, and it's like something that's gonna be in my mind, in my memory forever.
My name's Bill Tripp. I'm the Deputy Director of Ecocultural Revitalization at the Cuttock Tribes Department of Natural Resources. We're here in Somes Bar in what we're calling the Aframe Complex burn units. We've got the Camp 3 unit over here that we burned yesterday, the Triangle unit that we're burning today, the A-frame unit that we just completed earlier, and we have the old school unit up above the road. We're right here near Cuttamine, you know, Cuttamine's right across the way there, which is the center of the world for the Cuttock people, and the Salmon River is where, you know, my family's from, and you know, most of my family's buried right down here below us, back to the the 1850s. You know, before that we were all up there in Woolly Creek. Family's been burning for a lot of different reasons in these watersheds for thousands of years, and we've had a 50 to 100 year window where we haven't been burning so much as we should, and so it's good to see us start to bring back a community model of fire use again. And then up, right above us here is Offield Mountain, which is our mother mountain. Every year, as part of the World Renewal ceremonies, that mountain was burned by 3 young men. So that was done with rolling logs off of the mountain during the new moon in September. And that's one practice we'd like to revitalize again. And so burning places around where homes are, like we're doing here, will help to build the social license to do just that, because people will feel safe and they'll actually want fire to happen more frequently adjacent to their homes, and to enhance the resources that they love to use.
I'm Derek Schown. I work for the U.S. Forest Service with Mount Hebron Wildland Fire Module on the Klamath National Forest, just to the east of here and upriver from this location. Well, there's definitely a shift to the more positive with prescribed fire within the Forest Service from what I've seen at my level. Definitely a lot more support for it. We're realizing that it is an integral part to get good fire back on the land and to help with the ecology of it. So it's been a working process between the different groups within the Forest Service. There's definitely a spiritual connection I've started feeling, especially after a Tashonic unit the other day, realizing the importance of some of the land in the area and what we're doing there to benefit it. And it's really important, and it's been an awesome experience getting to be part of this, and being firing today, being the one that's actually controlling where we place the fire today, feels like a little bit of a burden and a little bit of weight on my shoulders, but I feel a great energy here that things are going to go good today. People are going to be safe, and we're actually going to do good things for the land here.